The Ministry of Home Affairs has identified 10 websites created by foreign actors that could potentially be used to mount hostile information campaigns against Singapore. In response, the Infocom Media Development Authority has reviewed MHA's findings and deemed it necessary to issue directives under Section 16 of the Broadcasting Act 1994 to Internet access service providers to block these websites for users in Singapore. These websites are said to be designed to resemble Singapore-based platforms by using domain names and familiar local features, making them appear more authentic. While many of these sites simply aggregate news feeds, the concern remains for the authorities that they could be exploited by foreign actors to influence public sentiment or spread disinformation. Among the 10 websites identified, 2, zayabayadaily.com and singaporeinfomap.com, have domain names closely resembling legitimate Singapore sites. While these websites post Singapore-related content, the concern is that their domain names could mislead users into believing the material reflects official positions or local sentiments. Another group of 7 websites uses terms associated with Singapore, such as Singapore, Singapura, or Lion City, in their domain names. These websites aggregate content that is nearly identical to that carried by foreign newswires involved in HICs in other countries. While much of the content is harmless news aggregation, authorities are concerned that such platforms could potentially be leveraged to manipulate local narratives. The final website, olamark.io, uses a colloquial expression familiar to Singaporeans in its domain name and posts Singapore-related articles. Investigations have found that many of its articles were generated using AI tools, which raise concerns about the authenticity and accuracy of its content. Notably, olamark.io is noted to have published a story on 3 September 2023, alleging that Singapore had permitted other countries to conduct biological warfare research within its borders. This story was, however, not issued a correction direction under the Protection from Online Falsehoods and Manipulation Act, but its presence underscores the platform's potential to spread disinformation. According to the MHA and IMDA, the use of websites to propagate foreign influence is not a new phenomenon. International cybersecurity researchers, including Mandiant and the Citizen Lab, have tracked numerous foreign campaigns that leverage inauthentic platforms to subtly sway public opinion. These websites, while sometimes appearing innocuous, may serve as a gateway for more harmful content or influence operations. MHA notes that foreign actors often aim to manipulate elections, exploit societal fault lines, or undermine trust in public institutions. While not all of the identified websites in Singapore have been directly implicated in such activities, the concern is that their association with foreign news networks makes them vulnerable to misuse for hostile information campaigns. Mandiant, a cybersecurity firm, and the Citizen Lab, a research organization focused on digital threats to civil society, have highlighted global networks involved in hostile information campaigns. MHA pointed out that these networks often operate through websites that aggregate seemingly innocent content, slowly building credibility and an audience before introducing more politically charged or divisive narratives. Given the potential risks, the Singapore government has invoked Section 16 of the Broadcasting Act 1994 to block access to the 10 websites. While the Foreign Interference Countermeasures Act 2021 provides tools to combat foreign interference, MHA notes that it does not currently allow preemptive action against websites. Instead, directions under this act can only be issued to social media or electronic service providers. The government is reviewing the act to explore how it might be expanded to more effectively address the risks posed by inauthentic websites. MHA and IMDA also highlighted that while some of the blocked websites primarily function as news aggregators, the authorities stress the importance of remaining vigilant against the potential for these platforms to be co-opted for more harmful purposes. Even though no direct misuse has been proven so far, MHA cites the global trend of using such websites to influence public opinion as justification for taking a cautious approach. The agencies further advised Singaporeans to remain critical when consuming online content. With foreign actors increasingly using AI tools to generate content and mimic local media, MHA and IMDA urged individuals to verify the authenticity of the sources they rely on. This proactive approach, the agencies argue, is crucial in mitigating the risks posed by these websites before they can cause real harm.